All right, it's Fowler's Facts. We're going to bring in our staff statistician, Clinton Fowler, here for a look back at 2023. And I'm really glad you suggested this, Clinton, because it has been an amazing season. Right now, we're all in the vortex of Jett and Honda and all the success at the end. But if you look at the year as a whole, a lot of other amazing things happened that we need to bring back to the surface. And I love it. Yeah, Eli Tomac, he's no longer racing with us this season due to injury, but it was an historic season for him too.
Yeah, I mean, you just think back to the Supercross season, and Eli Tomac was on it right from the beginning, coming out with that win in Anaheim 1. He started the season at 44 wins. He finished at 51. JT, he's now the second winningest Supercross rider in the history of the sport. Something that's just amazing to think he's got more wins than James Stewart.
Yeah, and I was asked this by a few people earlier this season of, where do I place Eli Tomac on that, Mount Rushmore, as we say, of all-time greats. And you start looking at the stats, and he has to be in there, right? And that's up to opinion of where he placed in there. But you look at the numbers, the winning streak kind of he went on once he got on a roll there in that 2017 era. He's an all-timer. Period. End of story. And he's not even done, right? He just announced that brand new contract, and he's coming back for more. So we'll see what number he can get up to. But yeah, what a run Eli has had for the last 6 or 7 years.
And then also while Eli was doing that, Clinton, we'd have you on the show every week talking about what he's doing, past age 30 and 31, and then the other riders in the field that were great at an advanced age. And that was so much talk, I'd say, through the winter and the spring. The transition to the next generation could not have happened more swiftly. It literally changed the moment Tomac got hurt, and suddenly the focus went to, I can't believe this, Chase Sexton's going to win this title. And, that means that Honda's curse in the 450 class is broken. So that was a big moment as well.
Yeah, got to give props to Chase Sexton for his first Premier Class Supercross championship. And really, all season long, I made note of the mistakes, right? He had 7 main events with mistakes. He lost 35 points. But the reality was he was a pretty dominant rider. 14-time fastest qualifier. He was fastest 8 times in the main event. Ultimately won 6 wins, 13 podiums. He's the only rider to finish in the top 10 at every single round. So impressive season for him. And Weege, who's the one guy that called it that he could come back, that he could make that championship?
Yeah, I think we were in Glendale with the great Justin Brayton and you and I on Race Day Live, and Brayton said, I think he can still get in it. So when Brayton speaks, I always listen, but I really do want to credit Sexton for staying in it. To me, when he won Atlanta, I started looking at the points and said, wait a minute, we know Sexton can go on a run. This is not over. I think Sexton could have won New Jersey, but it turned out to be a crazy mud race and they got knocked down by Barsha. Had he done that, and we saw at the end of the year he had the speed to do it, I think he could have made a push even without the Tomac injury. But whether you think he earned it or had it gifted or not, it's not going to matter down the road. Everyone always refers to, for example, Jason Anderson as a Supercross champion. Chase Sexton will always be a Monster Energy Supercross champion. You cannot take that away. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, that's what we'll be talking about. So I don't want to hear anything about this gift stuff. He could have given up with those crashes halfway through the year and packed it in. So that's impressive. And obviously, we have to talk about the perfect season here. Clinton, you have so much data. We're going to do a separate show on this, so keep watching on our YouTube channel for that. But what's your main highlight of this perfect season for Jett?
Yeah, the highlight here with the perfect seasons is, remember, we've got 5 perfect seasons in the sport of SuperMotocross. First one is 1998, Ricky Carmichael, the 125 Supercross Championship, East Region, and then the 4 Premier Class Pro Motocross Championships, where Ricky Carmichael in 2002 and 2004, you got James Stewart in 2008, and Jett Lawrence in 2023. So it goes without saying, a perfect season is a perfect season. It's amazing to witness that firsthand. Is absolutely amazing. You just got to put it up there with some of the ball sports, like the New England Patriots in 2007 having a perfect season. So impressive season for those guys, Weege.
It was almost perfect, Mr. New England. It was almost perfect. The team that plays in my home state of New Jersey ended that, in the playoffs. So we'll see how this turns out.
It was rough.
SMX pops up here in a couple weeks. But yeah, we'll bring you back for a SMX Insider Extra with more breakdown of Jett's perfect season. But for now, as always, thanks for the data. Make sure you come on out. If you can't, here's how you can watch it. It's a day race. The final motos will begin at 3 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have a pre-race show at 2:30. So you can watch the racing on USA Network, the pre-race show and everything else also on Peacock in the SuperMotocross Video Pass. And it all starts at Race Day Live at 9:30 a.m. on Saturday. Dan Hubbard, if you remember Race Day Live from Monster Energy Supercross, and Ryan Villapoto will be your host for that. So if you're with Peacock or the SuperMotocross Video Pass, we'll give you everything there. Or if you don't, you can watch the racing at 3 Eastern live on USA Network. It is going to be awesome.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.